In the last episode, all excited, we left Brisbane. The first stop was at Roma, where we enjoyed the big rig show. The next day, we'd make our way out to the outback town of Addervale, and from there, we ventured on to Dunblane. What a cracker of a spot that was. I got some brownie points for that one.
Marching forward, probably heading towards the water.
I don't know what's going on with the halo effect on the camera, but it looks a bit spooky to me. Don't go yet. We'll try that. Alright. So, wow, what a day yesterday. So just to fill you in, we've given a couple of hints away, we missed a turn yesterday and travelled about 15 to 20 k's, and we realised that we were heading in a south-westerly direction and we really needed to be heading northwest. So we stopped and rechecked the maps. This is what happens when you have conflicting too many different digital maps. Anyway, we're learning. When we continued to learn, we thought we had it all sorted, but as you say, you continued to learn. So we turned around and had the sun in our eyes heading back. We found a turn off to Blackwall, and then we followed that road, and it was a magnificent drive through there, and some rolling hills, and it was sort of flat pastoral land. Road wasn't too bad. There was a couple of spots. It certainly gets affected badly by floods. You could see the floodways were quite washed out and damaged. Some of them they'd already repaired, and others were still to be repaired. And then it climbed up over the hill, and a magnificent view out over the surrounding area. So that was cool. Then into Blackwall we had lunch.
Yes.
And then from there we came to this magnificent campsite. Now, just to give you a little bit of history, we were actually leaving a little bit later, so we had some changes in shifts with Liz and things, and we ended up with an extra day. So she went off to work and said, well, you find somewhere to camp, and this is not really my forte. So we usually end up in the back of a gravel pit or something similar. So I did a bit of Googling, and I found this little spot called Dunblane, and then I read all about it, and it's got one campsite that's got a hot spring. What are my chances? So I booked it, or attempted to book it, and we could actually get in.
Yeah.
So what a spot.
Oh, magnificent spot.
So, you'll see from the footage, it's just bloody spectacular, and it's in the middle of, it's just out of Barcaldine.
Yep.
And there's a bit of history on the farm, and
family.
On the family. So it's been going since 1928. 27. Yeah. So there's a couple of 3 generations that have been working the farm. So, David, thank you for sharing this little bit of outback Queensland with the travelling public, because it's certainly a great spot.
Hot tub. It was hot.
It was hot.
Yes.
Yeah. The comment is fill it up as soon as you get there, so it's got a chance to cool down, because it comes out of the ground at 45 degrees.
Yes.
So we sort of did that, and by beer o'clock we could just get in it. And I'll tell you how surreal the place is. Like, we had dinner, a couple of beers with dinner and a glass of wine with dinner, and then the next thing you know, we were listening to our audio book, and we woke up round the fire at about 10:30 and thought, crikeys, we better go to bed. So Liz got up this morning and shot a bit of footage with the drone, which we're going to overlay now. That's just sensational. And then we topped the tub back up again.
Yes.
And
had my morning cup of tea.
And had a morning cup of tea
in the hot tub.
In the tub. So, all in all, awesome. So today we head off to another hip camp, just the other side of Longreach. So we'll, all right. Well, we'll leave you there. Liz is going to go and open the gate so we can sneak out, and we'll catch you guys later. Again, thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying this little series that we're putting together, and yeah, cool. Cheers.
Bye for now.
Well, hi guys, we arrived in Winton probably a bit early than what we expected. So we've refueled. This hip camp we're going to, you're not supposed to get out before 2. So we've just slipped out of town out to the Bladensburg National Park. Now, Liz and I stayed here a long time ago. We went out to 120 and we were in the tent. So that's a long time ago. So we just thought we'd go. It's currently 35 degrees. We knew that it was going to be warm. We're in this fringe season heading into summer, so we expected to be warm. But an indicator was when we drove through town, anyone that's been there, they know where the caravans all park and there's shade. And every other time we've been there, you know, you struggle to get a parking spot anywhere near around there. There's 2 vans parked underneath the shade. So everybody's sort of heading back where it's a bit cooler. And we're heading a bit further north. So this is lunch, a nice easy lunch generally on the road. It's a biscuit, tin of tuna, a bit of cheese and some Tom Thumb tomatoes. Nice and easy, it's quick, not a lot of washing up and cleaning up to do. And at the end of the day, you're not burning a lot of calories driving, so it just makes for a nice easy meal and you don't put on too much while you're away, hopefully. You've got to love that feeling you get when you go into a new location. I don't know if it's those little butterflies you get in your stomach or the hair standing up on the back of your neck, but I always get this feeling. Don't get me wrong, it's always great to go back to some of your favourites, but you get this sense of excitement and trepidation. Is it going to be up to expectations? Is it as good as you were told, or look like the photos?
Well, here we are at another hip camp. This looks like it's just been set up, so not long. It's got some trees planted, so in a few years' time there'll be plenty more shade. Anyway, it looks pretty good. There's a toilet and shower, there's a table, it's got a roof over it, there's plenty of fire pits, so Ayrshire Downs, here we are. Thank you very much for sharing your property.
That's how you start a fire.
Okay, John, if that's what you say.
One of the things that is really special about travelling, and it's, you know, we take photos, we love our astrophotography, and it's always a pain when the moon's about, but there's certain times when, you know, it's just awesome. And this is just one of them, and it takes us back to a trip we did many years ago on the Thompson River. We were on the boat, and we were watching, everyone was focused on the sun setting, which was spectacular. And then the skipper says, guys, you might want to turn around and have a look behind us. And we've got a full moon that's rising as the sun's setting. And it's amazing how these little instances take you back to that point. So we've got, if I turn around here, hopefully you can see the moon. We've got a full moon that's just come up over the horizon. And turn around this way, and we've got the sun. Actually, I need to move a little bit, don't I? Sorry. And then we've got the sun that's setting, in the west. So, moon to the east, sunset to the west. And it's funny how those sort of little moments take you back and just trigger your memories of those fabulous trips. And this is no different. Awesome. See you guys. While I started dinner, Liz got a chance to try out one of her new lenses that we'd purchased, and even caught some afternoon delight. Morning all. Well, this is typical of what we'll do to start the day. I know it's something fairly easy, as again, we're not going to burn a lot of energy this morning, so a nice cereal and fruit breakfast is probably the way to go. So what do we got this morning, Liz?
I've got, looks like apricots, some Nutrigrain, and I'm going to get some yogurt out of the fridge, and that's breakfast.
Beautiful. All right, well, we'll crack on with it, and we'll catch you guys. We're about to leave.
Morning again, John.
Morning, Liz.
We have just stayed at Corella Downs, a sheep property, just about 50 odd kilometres out of Winton.
Yes, it was.
It's a hip camp, and they've been on hip camp for 3 years. So you've got, what are you looking at?
I think that was a busted
one of those Australian bastards.
Yeah, there's some chicks. So, anyway.
Okay. So it has the property where we can camp, camping area. It has flushing toilets, cold showers, tables and chairs, covered area.
Bit of a covered area, yeah.
Yep.
Nice, and a nice big like communal fire pit. Got to see this, the people have had their own little ones, but there is one big sort of communal fire pit if there was a few people there. But we were lucky, we had it all to ourselves. Very pleasant.
Was it very nice?
And we were blessed with what they call a harvest moon.
That's right, it was too, wasn't it?
Yeah, they have this time of the year, you get the sun sets and the moon comes up, and basically the farmers can work all night if they want, pretty well all night if they want to.
Yeah, it was quite bright.
It was bright, yeah, you didn't need a torch,
No.
that's for sure. But so we've packed up, tried to get away early. I guess there's a bit of a tip for any newbies, particularly this time of the year. The flies can be a bit of a nuisance if you're not acclimatised to them. But if you sort of get going around sunrise, you'll be able to have your breakfast without them annoying you too much. But after that, they'll start to wear you down a bit if you're that way inclined. Today, that was yesterday, so it was really just a bit of a transit day, and we'd penciled that in as a camp, and I got to say it didn't disappoint. We did pull up a bit earlier than what we would normally, but it was just nice to sit back and enjoy. One of the guys from the farm came down and had a chat, said hello, so it was, yeah.
And that's always nice to meet and greet the owners.
The owners, yeah,
workers.
It was good. Today, another fairly big transit day, so we're heading through to Mount Isa. Today we've got basically the weekend there, so the plan will be to catch up with watch the AFL Grand Final somewhere. Sure we can find somewhere that they'll have that on, and then we've got this birthday party to go to on Saturday night. I noticed he did send an email to say that there's a recovery session on Sunday afternoon, because the NRL Grand Final was on Sunday, so we'll see how that all unfolds. We've got some washing and some groceries to get. We've sort of been a bit remote for the last 3 or 4 days. Yeah, then Monday we head out of Mount Isa, but we'll leave that till then.
Yes. We'll catch you all later.
Later on. Cheers.
Bye.
As we travel up the Landsborough Highway, you pass through the small town of McKinley, which is home to the Walkabout Creek Hotel. For those that don't know, this is the hotel that was used in the filming of Crocodile Dundee. Whilst we have filmed this a couple of times, Mick's truck has never been there before, and it was today. So we're about an hour out of Mount Isa, and it's a place called Glenmorton Dam, isn't it?
Glenmorton Park Dam.
Dam, yeah, whatever. And we stayed here last time. We came up for one night. But anyway, we're an hour out and probably won't be able to get into the park until 2 o'clock. So we might as well stop and have a bit of lunch, and hopefully we can find a little bit of shade down here. It's not far in. So we're going to sneak in here, have a bit of lunch, and then we're going to head into the Isa. Cool. Lake Corella has a concrete-faced rock-filled dam on the Corella River some 71 kilometres east from Mount Isa. The lake is about 1.5 kilometres wide and was built between 1956 and 1957 to provide water for the township of Mary Kathleen and the uranium mine some 14 kilometres away. leave them on a pivot. Yeah, good. Sorry? Yeah, just stopped in for a bit of lunch before we go into the ISO. While I finished lunch and chatted with the locals, Liz took off and went to investigate the local bird life that inhabit the area. We then made our way into the ISA and got set up for a few days.